up, get out right out of your bed, that's your quicksand. Getting rid anxiety and head, you can fix it. Rid of stigmas, all of them you said, we ain't listening. Just remember, try to do your best, you can win this. Maurice Benard, State of Mind.
Okay, it's Sunday, State of Mind. How you guys doing? Good? I feel I just finished the State of Mind. That was really great with Tabiana. And now I have another actress from General Hospital. She's very talented. And I want to get into with her. I don't think it matters if we talk about what the scenes we did. We don't have to get specific. Anyway, she's a listen. This is what I got. I'm gonna read it. She's a BFA. She got a BFA in drama from NYU Tisch School of the Arts. In 3 years, she did that. That's amazing. I don't know what it means, but when I read it. From where I read it, it seemed like a big deal. And she seems like a big deal. She's produces, produces movies. She's in a play right now. What's the name of this play? I forget. The Human Error. I'm getting it all right. I love that, man. And she's great because she's got a lot of fire in her. And that fire translates real well to soap opera. And not a lot of actresses have that fire. So anyway, let me just say who it is. This is ridiculous at this point. She's Greek, too. Her name is KRISTEN Vaganos. Vaganos, how are you?
Good job.
See that?
That was fun. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good, Mo.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, you too. Good to be here.
It's your first time, which is great.
I know.
What can we talk about? I want to talk about how you grew up and stuff.
Yeah, I grew up in Philly. I got allowed.
I'm going to Philly.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to
When?
Philly right here next September something, 8th,
Oh my
10th.
God. Have you been before?
I've been before, yeah.
Okay. Tell me if you need Rex, food, anything.
Yeah, I'll
I
let
got
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, grew up outside the city, like 20 minutes outside the city. Crazy, loud Greek family. All 4 of my grandparents immigrated from Greece. So second generation, but they're all from there. I was just in Greece, actually, 3 weeks ago during our July
You
break.
were in Greece?
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Everybody tells me I need to go to Greece.
You have to go to Greece. You have to. It's gorgeous.
How long's the plane ride?
Plane ride is 10 hours.
It's not bad.
Could be worse. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's
No.
not like Africa,
No, they feed you 2 meals. You're great.
Australia. Because I have I've gotten off 2 planes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've gotten hypnosis, Mr. Hypnotherapy. And I've been on 12, 13 planes without.
Oh my God. Well, there you go.
But Greece, why is Greece great?
It's just so like the food is so clean and healthy and delicious and fresh. The landscapes everywhere you go is beautiful. The architecture is insane, and it's not like you can go to touristy islands. You can go to Santorini. You can do that if you want. But if you go to some of the other islands, it's really like. It's just so natural. I mean, we swam in the beach 20 minutes from our hotel, like in a cave within a mountain, and it's no big deal. It's just like locals pop in over their siesta, their afternoon break.
No.
Yeah. Every business closes from 3 to 5, and it's part of everyone's normal day. It's just the culture there. They enjoy life so much. They don't live to work like we do here, and I really do. I have a problem with that. I just do too much.
Yeah.
So it's like against my nature to just chill. But something about being there finally allows me to just like look around, enjoy the cleanest, clearest, bluest water. It's amazing.
Now, I always like to ask, where are the greatest beaches in the world? Now, a lot of people have said Cancun.
I've never been to Cancun. I don't know
How
about
are the
that one.
beaches in Greece?
Beaches in Greece are pretty top notch. I think they're going to be hard to
Really?
beat. I don't know if you can see this. Look at this right here.
Oh, yeah.
My backdrop. This is from when we just went.
Oh my goodness.
This is Thessaloniki Beach, which is like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's like highest rated.
Really?
Yeah, it's Falasarna Beach, and it's like it's in Crete, and I think it's like the 10th rated beach in Europe, maybe top 30 in the world. I don't know who rates these things, but you know, for its sunset specifically.
And the sand is what?
The sand, usually it's tiny pebbles in Greece, which is can be tough for some people, but this one's sand.
And you can go in the water and it's clear water?
It's totally clear. You can see your hands, you can see everything. It's amazing. This sunset, we were like the only 4 people in the water, just watching.
Who took that picture?
My mom. It's my sister, my dad, and I. Yeah.
That's
It
freaking
was
cool, man.
unbelievable.
Now,
Yeah.
when you say, bear with me here because I'm a big fan of of everybody telling me that I should go to Greece, so I need to get some information. So when you say the food is healthy, what's that like?
It's a Mediterranean diet, so it's all fish.
That's what I'm trying to do now, the Mediterranean
There
diet.
you go. It's all clean. My dad, we went for 2 weeks, and he was shocked. He was like, oh, we were gluttonous. We were on vacation. We were eating late, eating this, eating that. Thought he was going to gain weight. He had lost weight during the trip.
Because
And you walk a lot too, and it's a
Yeah.
lot of fresh fish and olive oil on everything.
I
and
know.
balsamic, not fried, it's just clean food. Really, really good. Yeah.
And what else could I ask you about Greece? Just because I'm so into it. And you can just stay there is it expensive?
It's not that expensive. I mean, the country relies on tourism. They need it. So they're once you get there, it's not so bad. It's pretty affordable. Here's a little fun fact for
Amazing
you.
we're talking about this right now.
If you go, you should go see whatever islands you want to see. You should go to Athens, go to the Acropolis, do all that. But there's a small island that's not touristy, not, they don't even want it, which is good. I probably shouldn't even be saying this, blow their cover. But there's a small island called Chios, which is almost closer to Turkey. And a lot of my family's from there, so we always go there for at least a week, and we spend time there with family. But a little fun fact about me is my great-great-uncle is the only modernly ordained Greek saint. So he performed all these miracles. It's a long story for another time. But one of the things he did was he started a monastery on this island of Chios for female Turkish refugees. And you still, to this day, you can go to the grounds, but you can't go in the church if you're a man unless you're blood related to him. And it's really profound for us to go back there. We always do. And like his living quarters are preserved. There's like a little museum to him and all these ikonas for the miracles he performed. It's very like intense and kind of special when we go back there. Feel that's in my blood. I'm like,
I'm going.
yeah, you should go.
And I'm still a little bit afraid to fly, but, my kid and my wife went to Europe. They went to Paris, Italy. They loved Italy. And they keep wanting me to go, and I'm saying, no, but somehow Greece keeps popping up.
I think you'd like it. I think it'd be really relaxing for you.
Yeah.
You can't miss out on this stuff. You got to find a way. It's so good.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
So how many brothers and sisters?
Just me and my sister.
Oh, how old's your sister?
She's 26. She's 2 years younger than me. She's my best friend. She lives out here, wildly enough.
Oh.
She's with me here, yeah.
And what does she do?
She's in music. She works in marketing at RCA Records. Damn. Yeah, I don't know where it came from because no one else in my family is artistic or performance.
And
or
what does she do?
theatrics.
Marketing?
Yeah, she does marketing. I mean, she's a singer and a songwriter and a musician. She plays guitar and piano. And so she got started doing all that. But then she went to USC, got a music business degree, and is on the business side of it now. But she still plays. I mean, I told her for my birthday last year what I wanted was for her to do like a set somewhere at a cafe or something. So I still try to push her to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how were you in school? Like, were you like a cheerleader?
I was a cheerleader.
You were?
I was. Yeah. Yeah. But I did competitive cheerleading. I did the high school too because it was there, but I wasn't so into that. I was like, I don't care about this game. Let's get out of here.
You did like a bunch of people together?
Yeah. Like Cheer, that Netflix series that blew
Yeah.
up recently. That was my life. It was crazy. And it was like intense. Like we worked hard. I was the flyer. I was the girl they like throw around and catch. So
No.
much fun. I loved it. I really did all the rest just so I could do that. It's unbelievable. You get to fly. Literally. They would
But
throw
aren't
me
you
out, spin a bunch of
afraid?
times and come down.
Like falling and hitting.
Everyone's job is to catch you. That's the thing. So I actually never got hurt in all the years I did it. Some girls on the bottom catching me would break ankles or this or wrists or this and that. But it's unfortunately, it's like a little selfish. Like everyone's job is to catch you. So I never got hurt.
Now, the smaller you are, the better, right?
For that, yeah. Yeah, I was teeny tiny and I was flexible and I was doing all this
I
stuff.
couldn't do that's
It was
crazy.
fun. It was really fun.
And you did it for 4 years?
I did it for longer than that. I did that for like maybe 8. I did it for a long time because I did it outside of school, just at this competitive gym. And we would travel. We'd go to Virginia Beach for all the big tournaments every year and all this other stuff. It was a lot of fun. Then eventually I had to choose between that and theater, just schedule-wise. And I chose theater and I committed to acting. Yeah.
So how old were you when you got into acting?
Well, I started doing little local theater when I was young. I think like Hansel and Gretel was the first play I ever did, you know. And then I did it in school, and then I went to summer camps. There's a big theater in Philly called Walnut Street Theater, which still is there, does really great productions. So I did their summer camps a lot, did Aladdin, things like that. And then I started auditioning for local commercials and short films and things. And then in high school, I did some of that. Eventually, I started applying to colleges for acting.
So I took the route of acting classes, acting schools.
Yeah.
But you don't do that. You went the route of actually working in plays and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I did classes too.
did?
I did classes at a local studio in Philly that's now I don't really think they're there anymore, called the Actor Studio. But I was like little
That's
kid
right.
taking the train to the city every
Is
Saturday.
it the Actor Studio?
Not the
I'm
one
a
from
member
New
of
York.
the Actor
Yeah,
Studio.
it's a different one from the one in New York. Yeah, a little knockoff one.
They can name it that.
Yeah. Every city's got one probably.
But it still teaches, right? Teaches.
Yeah. They
So
taught
what
me.
is your kind of technique?
Well, when I got to NYU, I got placed in they place you in a studio with a certain type of training for your first 2 years, and then you can stick with that and do advanced track, or you can switch, or you can study abroad, whatever. So they placed me in Strasbourg studio. So that was my training, and it was funny. I cried in my interview just because something emotional came up, and I left the interview. I go, they're going to put me in Strasbourg, because the joke of that studio is that like if you cry, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And, like, it's emotional recall, which is not true. You know, the stereotypes are not whatever. But I liked it a lot, and I guess that was the basis of my training. I use a lot of Meisner stuff now. I've come and tried different things. I have like a take what works for you, leave what doesn't.
So
know.
you're between Nancy Lee Grahn and myself.
Ha ha ha. That's funny.
Because Nancy, I told her, I said, Nancy, she's always like complaining about the dialogue, the
Yeah,
dialogue.
she
I said,
is.
Nancy, it's that Meisner thing. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. I don't care about the dialogue because I'm thinking about my own life.
Yeah.
And so
Make
it
it work
works
for
better.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know she does. She gets bogged down in what she's got to say. But that's the skill set that I find this job is all about. It's like, find a way to say what they need you to say, deliver the information, whatever, in a way that feels truthful to you and
Yeah.
that you can find a way to connect to.
Exactly.
It's its own little
Exactly. Yeah.
specific thing. I love Nancy. She's amazing.
She's really freaking good, man.
She's so good. She's
As much as I want to
force. I love her.
sometimes like shut up, Nancy, or whatever,
I
because we're
know.
like husband and wife
Yeah.
in real life. She, I work with her and I go, damn,
Yeah.
when you care, you deliver like no other. Seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, So then, what about all these like movies that you're producing and like Bobcat Moretti and
Oh, you would actually love that movie because it's about a boxer.
oh really?
Yeah, it's actually I think you would really like it. It's about this guy who's obese and depressed and traumatized by the loss of his wife and his kid, which she went crazy and took their lives. And he's really down on himself, and he ends up discovering this gym that his dad was a famous boxer at, and he's got MS, so he's really just fighting a lot of stuff.
Damn.
And he sort of goes on this whole like journey to reclaim his life, and he gets in shape, and he becomes a boxer, and he takes back his, mental health and all this. He's fighting a lot of demons, but it's a really cool movie and inspirational movie. Vivica A. Fox is in it. Taryn Manning's in it. Great cast. I'm in it. But yeah, so it's on Stars now, whatever. It's probably on a bunch of streaming platforms, but I know it's on there. Yeah, I got into producing during COVID. I hadn't done it before, but there was time finally. And I'm just maybe you've learned about me already, maybe you haven't. I'm a control freak. I got a lot of opinions. I got too much to say to be just an actor. I want to control everything. I'm like, well, she wouldn't have this, and this isn't the best way to do that. And so I've really started to figure out I should have a heavier hand, or at least I'm capable of it. And I wanted that. I wanted to have more creative authority on projects and be able to speak and have it be, allowed. So I got into producing during the pandemic, and I worked for the company that made that movie first, and I was their assistant. And then, long story short, the company was a director and a producer, and they were partners and best friends. And the producer quit, left the company like a month before we went into principal photography for that movie. And it was traumatizing for the other partner who stayed, because it was a loss of a friend, and it was kind of maybe a betrayal. I don't know. I won't speak for them. But it very quickly became clear to me that this movie was not going to get made. Nothing was going to get done unless I was going to do it. Like, he wanted to push the shoot, and I was like, we have investors, we have Vivica, people who've given us a small window. We can't push this shoot. So I just learned everything on the spot. Like, just say yes, figure it out later. And I would call up friends and this and that. And that's always been my nature. It still is. I still produce things and figure out how to do things as I'm doing it. But it was horrifying at the time. I was so in over my head, and I was so exhausted, and I wasn't sleeping, and my hair was falling out. But in hindsight, I'm grateful, because it was just a crash course, and I learned so much. And I had to leave that company after that movie, and I just started doing it on my own. And the films I've done now. What
would you rather do, act or produce?
For sure, act. I learned to produce so that I can make my own stuff.
I get you.
And be, in charge and have a say in some of the decisions outside talent. But I'm a really type A, organized, maniac person, so I'm good at it, and it kind of comes a little naturally, and so I do like it.
But it's a lot of work.
But it's a lot of work, and I have an issue saying no to things. I say yes to everything, and I forget time.
And how do you deal with people's personality?
That is the hard part,
like actors and stuff.
Yeah, actors. Everybody's got demands. Everybody thinks they're the most important, and your job is to keep everyone happy across all departments, and I don't know. I guess I'm good at managing people, making them feel seen and heard, and I'm gonna find the best way to do this. Maybe not everybody's gonna get everything they need, but I respect you, and why do you need this? Okay, well then we'll get it. If you're just diva calling shots because you want an ego and you want your own trailer, no. But if we can talk about why and you need space and this and that, then we'll make it work. So.
See, I don't think that's not for me, because I don't think I'd handle it. Depends what day it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to be
and
level.
what mood, man.
Yeah.
See, you're pretty even keel.
I am.
Like my wife, we produced a movie.
Yeah.
And she did everything, and she's great with everybody. I mean, she's helped me so much, but she has that kind of thing, and she doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
She doesn't sleep. Like last night, she went to bed at 5.
Oh my God, I can't do that.
And got up at 10.
Oof.
9.
Jeez, man.
I'm like, honey, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, I know I can't tell you anymore, because it's like a broken record. But let me tell you something. Eventually, it's going to get you.
Yeah.
Because that's not good. But if you're a producer, that's kind of, sometimes you don't sleep, right?
Yeah.
What about mental health? Like, when you were young, was there anybody in your family that had any kind of mental, like, anxiety or depression? Or
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky. I count my blessings in a lot of ways. I feel like I had something that becomes more and more rare as you get older. You realize, like, I've got a really stable family. My parents are happily married. They're in love. They taught us really good values. My sister and I say it all the time. We're so grateful. They taught us, your sister is your best friend. No matter what happens, you have each other. And, don't worry about getting married. Chase what you want to do and work hard and this and that. They just instilled really good stuff in us. And we've spent so much time analyzing, like, what was that? How did we come out okay? How did we trust them? You know, we weren't like scared of our parents in this way where kids were acting out and they were, you know, driving home drunk because they were too scared to tell their parents they'd been partying or whatever. And I don't know how it happened really, that they just instilled something really wonderful in us. I knew, you know, I might get in trouble, but if it came down to safety, I could call my mom and she would come get me and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think we really, really lucked out, and I count those blessings all the time. And I don't know if it's like I said, my great uncle, if it comes down all the way from there or not.
Yeah.
But we got a good family, and you know, we got crazy, anxious. My grandparents were, you know, wild, and my yaya, my grandmother who just most recently passed, she wouldn't sleep, and she would call at all hours of the night and say, "I worry, Kristen, I worry." I was in New York City, and she would have a heart attack about it every day. And I was just like, "Don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. I'm okay." And I don't know. I guess I'm lucky. I didn't get that worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You know, I am pretty even keeled. I am pretty sane for the most part, and I think I really take on everyone's around me, their baggage. Amongst my friends, I'm like the therapist. I'm the one they call when they're on the verge, and I'm the person who's got everybody else's back and is carrying everything. And that's always been my role. So because I can handle it, and I think because I can handle stuff and I have space, I've got emotional space because I feel generally pretty level and pretty okay, that I really feel like this responsibility to take on everyone else, and like if I can handle it, I will. I'll be there.
You're just like my wife.
It sounds like it, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what she takes on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing, you know, people who they're in a family and know, because sometimes, maybe a lot of times, I ask a question and the mother was depressed or the father had bipolar or whatever, and there are some people who don't have anything like that, and it truly is. I mean, you said it yourself, but I'll say it again. You're so lucky.
I know.
Because that shit is, it's just a fucking, I don't know what.
Well, it just sets you up so much further back, you know. You got to. I have so much empathy and respect for people who've grown up in households like that, because it just so much you got to relearn and reteach yourself when you've grown up with your nervous system getting used to and learning trigger responses and traumas and levels. I mean, it's and I really love psychology. I took so many psych classes in school because I love just figuring out the weird responses we all have.
Yeah.
Unlearning them.
This is going to be interesting because I ask this question and most of the time I get the right answer. Do you care what people think?
I mean, if I'm honest, like, yeah.
Oh, you do? But how bad? The reason I'm going to ask you that is because, and the audience knows.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people who don't care what people think are not mentally ill.
Well, here's what I'll say. I don't care what people think in the sense of I am pretty confident.
Yeah, you strike me as...
Yeah. I'm pretty solid. I'm pretty proud of who I am, if I'm going to be honest. I think I'm, most of the time, a pretty good person. And I think if anyone has something to say or doesn't see that, then I think it's more often I feel like I'm on I feel so egotistical saying these things.
No, but I get you.
I feel like it's a reflection of what's going on with them. I'm pretty good at spotting, that wasn't about me. What that person just unleashed on me or whatever is about them.
Right.
And I feel like I'm telling my friends that often, with whether it's relationships or whatever, like that's a reflection of where they're at and their insecurities. So I don't care what people think in that sense. I don't take everyone else's opinions and whatever. And I don't read stuff. I don't,
So what is it that you care about? What?
I want the respect of my peers, of my friends, the people who know me. I care what they think. I care that they have a positive opinion of me. I care that they know that I'm authentic and that I'm real with them, you know. But the people who don't know me, I can't care. I can't, you know.
So you're kind of Yeah, all right. I'm gonna give it to you.
I like that you said that for the right answer. Right?
Yeah.
And then I kind of
Yeah,
do it.
because my wife doesn't care at all. My son doesn't care. Obviously, I do because I'm
I think that's the distinction. If they don't know me, I could care less. But my people
yeah,
who
yeah,
really
yeah.
know me,
And I think they're that way too.
Yeah.
I think my wife cares what I think
sure.
or
I
what
would
Josh
hope
would
so,
think.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So
Yeah.
you're kind of the okay. Good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just one more thing before we. Do you know the last 2 times that we worked together? I was in real bad shape.
Really?
Yeah.
The last time wasn't that long ago.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. And then when I worked with Chad, it was gone. The first time it was coming off something that had happened.
Yeah.
So that's when you yelled at me.
Yeah, which was kind of insane that they wrote that for you right after. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to hit this guy while he's down. Jeez.
So before we let you go, Kristen, the last 2 times we worked together, well, the first time was when you yelled, when
Yeah.
Molly yelled at Sonny, you whatever you're gonna
Unleashed everything
I forget
on
what
you.
it was.
Yeah.
I was I was really trying hard not to look you in the eyes because I didn't want you to see what I was feeling. And
Which I guess Sonny also.
it's the
wouldn't,
same, you know.
same
my
thing.
whole life has been art imitating life with this
Yeah.
character.
I mean, that was brutal. Like literally had me tearing into you right after.
Yeah, which
been
was
through some stuff.
and you did great. You really did. You like that fire was there, but it was almost like I couldn't do any more takes, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do a lot of takes, but
No.
my thing was, oh, please not another take. I can't because
know.
it was so messed up.
Yeah.
But you couldn't tell.
Well,
Or how could you? You don't know if it's the character.
That's the thing. The response was appropriate, right? So it just looked like the character, you know? And if it was more than that, how would I know? We really didn't know each other.
We didn't know each other.
Yeah. Back then.
And then the second time was kind of, recently. I don't know what the hell's going on. I was nervous I was real nervous. And my legs were shaking. And I was like, oh, man.
So that's so interesting. You still get nervous doing this job that you've mastered? And
Yeah, I've always been nervous, and I use the nerves, and you can't really tell. But this is not so much nerves; it's something from what happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the last time we worked, right? Like a couple weeks before that.
Yeah.
So this wasn't like nervous, and I don't. But what's funny is, because you didn't notice anything.
No.
No, but there, without getting into it, 'cause
Yeah,
we'll get in
yeah.
trouble. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah. No spoilers.
No, I won't. I'm Sonny. I shouldn't have been as shaky or nervous that I was
I mean,
as the character. I mean,
I hear you.
time has passed now that.
Yeah.
But, and I had a lot with you.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot. We had a lot.
We
of
had
good
a
stuff.
lot.
Good stuff to do. I mean, it's a interesting storyline right now because Sonny's obviously a strong character, been through everything, comes back, fights everything, is always willing, but it's a troubling storyline. So I feel like if there's any brokenness or
It goes with
anxiety,
it.
it's allowed.
But
you
Chad
know?
came up and it was gone.
Not funny.
And I'm thinking, is Kristen making me?
Well, we really still don't know each other that well because, you're funny. You're like, did you notice it? And I'm like, well, I don't know. You want a good day versus a bad day, really?
Right. It's
I haven't worked with you enough to know, this feels different,
But you know what it is? This is interesting.
You're intimidated by me.
Yeah.
Tell the people. Come on.
Exactly. What it is, which is interesting for mental illness. I see it as a big thing. Like,
Your nervousness?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I see it as.
Oh, and I don't even, we don't see it.
Right.
That's, yeah.
And sometimes, and a lot of times when I watch, I don't really notice it that much.
If you watch your performance?
Yes.
Well, now, will you go watch those scenes out of curiosity when they air to see if it's visible there? Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'm just curious.
I'd be curious to talk to you after
Yeah,
those
because
aired.
it's, I'd like to. Only thing when I first came back and did scenes that was different was I was looking down a lot. So I would do,
Hiding.
yeah,
Hiding a little, right?
yeah. That's it though.
Yeah.
And then I'd look up and it's normal.
Yeah.
Now, when I first started GA, something you don't know, I had a nervous breakdown 3 weeks into the gig. I quit.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I had my third manic episode. And I got to see those scenes on air.
Oh. What?
Black.
You could tell.
Black eyes, man. And dark.
Wow.
Dark, I mean, I did some bad stuff. Not whatever. Yeah, black eyes, man. And it was like, I didn't like myself.
You didn't like, yeah, because you could see it.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
But not this time. This time is different. This time was...
I definitely don't think you'll see that.
No, not black eye, yeah.
No. Yeah.
All right, listen, I got to know her more now than ever, which happens a lot on State of Mind. And it's she's so cool and pleasant, and I'm going to Greece because of her, because of Kristen. Yeah, I am.
I would love to be the reason you went to Greece.
Yeah,
You're gonna love it.
I'm gonna go.
You'll tell me I was
when
right.
I go home and say we're going.
There we go.
So anyway, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for being such a mentor on set. You were good to me those days. Whatever you were feeling.
I only do that nowadays. I used to do it quite a lot, too much probably for my own good with the young people.
Sure.
I just saw how good you are, and I could not. And you don't understand, especially the way I was feeling.
Yeah, now I know.
You don't
right?
understand
I
how
didn't
my
even know.
mind was like, go say something to her. I'm like, no, fuck that. No, I can't fuck. Just talk to her a little bit. Just fucking. I don't know her that well, but fuck.
Yeah.
Because, I knew that I love talent, and I love to see that shit blossom. And
Yeah.
we're lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. But it's nice to have people who've been doing it longer because, it's its own beast and it's its own thing.
It is its
and
own
the
beast.
best notes, which are something you sort of said too, the best notes I've ever gotten are the ones where it's permission to go for it,
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
sort of it too, was like, don't hold back. Like,
Yeah.
you want to keep it whatever polished, but no, it's better when it's just,
And
it's
they're
already
good.
there.
They were good.
Yeah, they were
I
good.
can't wait
I think
to
they'll
see
be
them.
good. Yeah.
All right, darling.
Thank you, Mo. This was fun.
All right.